Welcome back to Let's Play Digimon World Next Order. This guy's a bit dark for this hour, isn't it? Must be close to winter or something. Man, winter, you know, this year and last year. I find winter weird, you know, it's the one season. It starts the year and ends the year. Kind of weird, isn't it? But you know, it felt like it went on forever. Very long winter. And you know, British weather in general is a bit shit, so it feels like it could be like one season all year round. Look at that sun. Wait, what would the digital sun be like anyway? It's like these things I've never questioned before. It's like, how does that work? So the digital world has its own sun? Do they have their own, you know, universe? Go out in space? Maybe. Well, let me see. Natural life. Be... Yeah, there it is. That's... I don't think I can get anything else. Everything's worth at least 3 points after all. Well, just focus on training for now. You need the wisdom to be wise. Yes, it's Tarzan, right? And the wisdom to be wise. All these things come to you in time. Blah, 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 whatever the hell the song it is. I haven't seen Tarzan probably since I was a kid, honestly. Yes. Oh my god, you guys, really? Have some cheerful... I don't like apples. You do better next time. Do better next time, how? It's like, yeah, you'll get meat next time. Which is possibly true, depending on if you go to bed early or not. Kind of think that I've completely forgotten about Kabuterimon. I can go get him as well. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Yes, I just now pictures this beautiful music playing as someone takes a violent shit. It's like this track has been ruined now. Yes! Yeah, there we go. Feed us now or we will kill you. Yes! They just interrupt their roar to be like, damn it. Now I just remembered something that I was gonna mention. It's completely unrelated to this game. But I was recording for, well, no, I wasn't recording for Little Busters. I was uploading Little Busters last night, right? Or rather, before upload. I was like, okay, because when I sign into my VN account, I do so in a different browser. So that, you know, I don't have to sign out the main one all the time, whenever that, you know, for that. So basically, right, a while ago, I used my antivirus to, you know, clear up a bit of space, you know, clear up stuff and all that. And I foolishly had it, you know, delete the cookies and all that generic shit. It basically for that browser, right? Which means when I, you know, opened that browser, there was nothing there. So, you know, for in YouTube, get the YouTube sign-in page and it no longer has my email there. So now I have to remember what email I had linked to that account. It took me a while, but I got it. I was like thinking, well, that's screwed now. I can no longer use that channel. But I figured out the right email in the end. Pain in the ass. Why can't it just be the user name? That'd be much easier to remember. I think they changed that at some point because I have a much older account than that as well, and last time I tried to sign into that, I was like, I have no idea because I can't remember the passwords. And it's like convoluted. It didn't allow me to send, like, you know, notification to my email. Be like, okay, use this to sign in or anything like that. It's like, no. Just makes you think of Vsauce status. It's just like anytime they upload, which is really rare. It's just like people will be joking. It's like, oh, he's remembered his login details and he's finally uploaded. I mean, I imagine that happens to some people. You know, they forget their login details, and then after a long time they remember them. And holy shit, we're evolving to ultimate level already. Damn. We wouldn't be able to if I'd chosen any other age, because it would be too hard to meet the requirements of the DLC and digivolve naturally, as you can see. Yeah, we're ultimates now! Gotta evolve at the same time. Remember the other evolutions in my main save file where they were completely out of sync with each other? It's been a while since I've seen them evolve together. Then again, they have been evolving together on this save file. I just mean like my main save file. So we're gonna get mega level on the first generation simply because the DLC eggs will digivolve the whole way through the Digivolution line without any requirements, which is insane. Can you imagine if they had it for all of the original Digidestinies? Like, oh yeah, you can, you know, get the Rosemon, or Kabuterimon, Veemon, Phoenixmon, what were the other ones? Were there any others? I guess Seraphimon and would it be Kauterimon or Magnarmon? I don't know what canon mega level is for. Was it named Kari or something like that? I thought. Trying to think if there's any other characters that I'm forgetting. Like, okay, you had Taomon, I think I've got them all right. Kabuterimon should be in this direction, if I recall. We haven't got any new skills, have we? Yeah, don't have a lot going on here. Why would you lose the ability to use that? It makes no sense. And you know, Digimon should learn the first skill once they've, you know, met an evolution that can use it, you know? Why do they do it like that? It's a rainbow in the sky. Yet, does it ever rain in the digital worlds? Trying to think, does it rain in Mod Cape? I don't think it rains there either. I feel like having a weather system would make for a nice addition to this game. Well, you know, if they did something like that, you know they'd have one Digimon that you'd need to, like, be on a specific day and it has to be raining or some shit. So it'd be a double-edged sword. It'd be like, it'd be nice effects, but you know they'd have, like, some bullshit requirements behind it. But yeah, you gotta wait for a stormy day and on a specific day of the week in order for this Digimon to appear so that you can, you know, befriend them and get them to join the city. These Goblins are really balls. You know what's weird about Kabuterimon is, you know, it can be either called Kabuterimon or Kabuterimon. I guess Kabuterimon is probably closer to its original Japanese. It has those syllables, Kabuterimon. It fits the Japanese language. Whereas Kabuterimon is basically just Kabuterimon, really, isn't it? But you're adding in the L. Japanese language doesn't have the letter L as a syllable, which makes sense. Why, you know, they're usually pronounced as R's, because that's closest to an L they have. I know another thing about Digimon World Dusk. The character limits on the translations for their names makes it so you'll get Digimon like Mega Kabuterimon, right? And, you know, it's got Mega Kabuterimon Red and Mega Kabuterimon Blue. But they don't say Mega Kabuterimon Red and Mega Kabuterimon Blue. They'll just be like, Mega Kabuterimon or something like that. They'll just have it shortened like that. It really confuses me. It's like Mac Gaugamon, for example, is, you know, quite a long name, so they shorten it to just like one letter for each bit. So it's like, unless you're familiar with a Digimon, you'd be like, well, what the hell is the full name? I think in the Digimon guide thing, which is kind of like the equivalent of the field guide, but it resembles the Pokedex more than anything, honestly. I think in that they show the full name of Digimon because they don't have the same character limits. But still. Me no see you before. You look strong. Me Kabuterimon. Me want be strong, so me train. Me want see how strong me am to fight me. You know, did we see Kauterimon use his finisher once before he evolves? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure Greymon used his finisher a few times. But me tell you, he's strong guy, real strong. Let's do it. Me thank you. That's right. You just kind of, you know, these Digimon tend to be easier fights than others, you know, because they're early on in the game. They don't want to, you know, oh my god, that did a lot. You won in the end, but my god, and we don't even get any cool stats because we're ultimate level. Ow, 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 too strong. What training you do? Train in city. City, love yeah, city. Better than training out here. Okay, we want to train in city. Me good with tools too. This is Kabuterimon join the city. Suppose I should probably head back to the city because I forgot to pick up some supplies. You son of a bitch. You're gonna do it now, you're gonna make a fucking steak. Yeah! Come on, use your finisher. Wolf Claw! Did I even get where Kauterimon at all in my main save file? I don't think I did. Look at that, she's like, yeah! I'll leap with you, victory! Let's confirm that the information is completely pointless. Wait, what? It said it unlocked information and then it shows that it's no information unlocked. I like how the descriptions are Agumon with a special voice, Greymon with a special voice, Metal Greymon with a special voice. Where Greymon with a special voice? Greymon with a special voice, Gabumon with a special voice. Like, they don't count for the field guide because they're special. This makes it sound like it's like, yeah, special in what way are we talking? It's like, I don't know how to take that. You know, another Digimon that for whatever reason doesn't appear in the field guide that you can obtain is Arrestormon. Evolves from Gumdramon and doesn't evolve into anything, which is kind of shit. But you know, this game and the Cybersleuth games are better than Digimon Dusk in one regard, and that is evolutions. Now, it's like any Digimon can evolve to Megalith, at the very least. It's like in Cybersleuth, you could technically get your Digimon to digivolve into wherever you want, provided you de-evolve and evolve it in specific ways. Whereas in this game, you know, you're limited to one run throughout a playthrough. But, you know, provided you meet the requirements, you can get a Mega level with any Digimon, except for, like, you know, Arrestormon, and I think Omni Shoutmon's another one that does that, where you can't evolve past it. But aside from those two exceptions, it is possible to get the Mega level. That's what I'm getting this. Whereas in Digimon World Dusk, there are only certain Digimon that can get the Mega level naturally without having to use any fancy DNA Digivolution map. Or, you know, Armor Digivolution, which is still kind of confusing to me. I still don't understand it. You find, like, eggs and stuff, but I don't know how they work yet. It's a bit confusing. Well, actually, I have good news. Kauterimon has come back to Korea. It improves gear in the training hall. It's not better now 10, we should start to look up. And now I've got... it's 1 point short, isn't it? What's this? Go with that. Yep, that could be useful. What? Son of a bitch. Guess I'm gonna have to use your storage. Should have probably have gone with the one to, you know, increase space. That would have been useful. Now I feel like with this, the DLC eggs, I feel like it could be possible to, you know, accomplish a lot in the first generation, because they can get to Mega level. I'm modified training gear. I use gear a lot. Save power, fight hard. But it costs money. Because, you know, once you've reached the set point with the bar in training, you can, you know, have them upgraded for a small fee, as Moneybags Inspire would say, which is to say a lot of money. Equipment doesn't come cheap. Let's see if we can get to... You're stuck behind Pentmon there. Let's see if maybe now we can see that seed. Or maybe we have to wait a few in-game hours. Man, those clouds look painted on. They probably are. Like Bob Ross himself created the digital world. At least the skies, anyway. They're happy little clouds. Not enough happy little trees, though. Need to improve on that. Now I'm just picturing a Smurgle now with an afro. Just like Bob Ross in Pokemon 4. Did he have an afro, or was it just something similar to an afro? Doesn't matter. Yeah, is there any painting related kind of like artists, Digimon? Well, what Digimon would Bob Ross be partnered with? Kind of resembles a Vileplume, doesn't it? A Vileplume that has been made into a pancake in shape. Wow. It just seems a bit weird for me to say that, really. It looks more like a Vileplume that's just been squashed so only the flower on their head remains.
Taomon はこの世界にあるべきではない不浄データの種って言ってたもんね。
Yeah, it's unclean data from the Pokemon universe.
きっとデジタルワールドの花じゃないんだよ。
ひまり、この花を持っていけばいいの？
種がどうなったか報告しろって話だったわ。積んで何か起きるのも嫌だしね。そんな得体の知れない花は放っておいて、タオモンに見たままを伝えに行きましょう。
は
ーい。じゃあ私たちは先にタオモンのとこに行ってるね。
You know, you have to wonder how they get around. It's like, do they just somehow avoid all Digimon in their way, you know? Because we have to deal with Digimon constantly again, aren't we? Going back to Taomon's, that was a very strange flower. Let's not worry about it now, go back to Taomon's instead. See you there. Of course, it's a bit of a long trek, you know? I mean, you could just knock down the full tree at this point. Check their stats since they evolved. Look how crap their stats are. If this was, you know, regular evolutions, they would not be able to get the ultimate level with these crappy stats. Did their stats even improve with their evolution? It doesn't feel like it, does it? Usually that's what happens. Maybe it's because I haven't got all the skills unlocked. Like, I was thinking of, you know, choosing some of those evolution-based skills, but focused on all the skills for now. Well, you know, training at a gym would be nice, but it's a Sunday, so, you know... No training boosts. I don't really have a lot of these, do I? No victory dance for taking a crap. Can you imagine that? Someone who's been constipated for days is absolutely in pain, finally take the crap, and when they come out of the bathroom, they're just like freaking dancing. It's like, yeah, I finally did it! Should I take out Veemon while I'm here? Might as well. And then he kicks my ass. That blockhead Taomon. Hey, that Taomon's awful. Taomon makes fun of my special move. They're saying you're a special move for that something. My Veemon head, but it's perfect, I tell ya. One all thing say, right? Well, what can you do? Taomon says you come back. You're making fun of me too? I got nothing else to say to you. Go on, get out. Okay, that wasn't the correct response. What? Taomon said that. Talked about what Taomon said. I want Veemon to get stronger. Taomon said that. I got mad and stormed off. I can't just go back like this. Leave. Give me some time. I'll go back after I get stronger. Still, just how am I supposed to do that? But it's strange how they're friends and all that here. But when they join the city, they will never acknowledge each other's existence ever. It's ridiculous. You need a train pal, I'll fly with you. Wow, well yeah, what a chap, I guess. This is kind of like having a rival. Alright, let's go, rival. I'll get stronger by fighting with you. I gotta be careful. He's rookie level and we're ultimate level, but our stats are dreadful. I mean, Jesus Christ, see that damage. That awkward pause. Seems a bit messed up. It's like two adults beating up a kid. Like, Jesus Christ, the power difference.
Ouch, that stings. Guess this move really ain't quite ready after all.
I mean, it did a number of damage on Kabuterimon, but I mean, they kicked your ass after that.
Thanks to you, I got a hint on how to fix it. Thanks, yo. You and I, we're now real buds, yeah? I'm going back to the city to train some more. Tell Pokemon, yeah, thanks, bud.
It's like he goes to the city to train, and then he just opens up a place to, you know, build up facilities and store materials to, you know, upgrade stuff. That's not really training, is it? It's just like, I'm on the job training to be a carpenter. You know? Gotta get some experience in. Hollowed be thy hollow shit. Sorry, not anymore. Back her up, back her up, back her up. This was my main save file. I would just go over there and kick his ass, but unfortunately we're really underpowered. Everything wants to fight us, even though we're ultimate level. Ridiculous. Okay, you little shit. Bring it on. By bring it on, I mean don't. I don't want any trouble. Wolf Claw! Veemon doesn't get a chance to use his finisher. Thanks for the toilets, little shit. It's like, I shat in that. It's used. Is that the sun in the sky or what? Like, look at the way it's shining, man. Just have a black sky and that would look like, you know, something out of the Bible or something. It's like, follow the star in the sky. Ah, god damn it. There's Kauterimon everywhere. That makes it sound like guts. I don't know, it's Kauterimon, it's... I mean, it fits the Japanese syllables, but maybe I was just I know Mediumon has... And presumably Iceland as well. I don't think Kauterimon's name has changed at all. No finisher this time. Everyone wants to fight me, so bring it on right on. These little bastards have some nerve. Especially considering how little MP I've got left. Now we gotta see Giga Destroyer. Giga Destroyer! Unfortunately, we don't have the MP recovering ability, so you know, his MP's not gonna increase as we walk. So I gotta be a bit cautious. I do not want to fight that guy. Okay, run! It's like I try to maneuver my Digimon to get in the way of his mapping. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's like the bigger your Digimon are, the more likely they are to block the approaching Digimon from getting to you. Don't think Kauterimon joins the city yet, does he? I mean, Veemon's gonna join the city, so maybe he'll join, but I think he only joins after the upgrades. He's got nothing else to do. I cannot pick up anything right now. So I'll go this way. Digital World's a weird place, isn't it? I mean, look at this random ass shit. It's like, what's up with these things? Like, what do they do? Nobody knows and nobody questions it. Just be how it is. For some reason I'm envisioning this place as like a spiral level or something. Or hell, maybe a location in a Zelda game. I haven't played Breath of the Wild. You know, seeing Breath of the Wild, how it looks and hearing about it and stuff like that, it just feels like very different to any Zelda game, and I kind of miss the old Zelda formats. You know, dungeons. It's kind of weird for me to say it, because the last mainline one I played was Skyward Sword, and it had like 2 fire temples, like this lava shit. Like, I saw it so many times in that game. Very flawed game. I can see why they changed the format up, because, you know, it was getting stale. But I mean, I say that, it's like, yeah, I miss the old Zelda. I haven't even played the new Zelda. It's like I haven't played Breath of the Wild. I don't know just how it's like. It's just from what I've heard about it, it just doesn't seem like it. I mean, it probably is enjoyable. It's just I'd probably play it for a while and then like reach a point where like it was great, but now it's kind of a bit stale. Strikes me as the kind of game that is, you know, amazing on the first playthrough, but then if you try to replay it, it's just not the same. And you start to feel that the game is kind of lacking. You know? Is anything I'm saying making any sense? It gives me Skyrim kind of vibe, you know? Not just because of the open world thing, but also because it seems like it's a big open world where the journey is fantastic, but the destination is underwhelming. It's like you get to a new area, shrine, or a siege. That's what I've heard of it. It's like getting places, cool, fun to go around, but there's a lot of repetition. Like Skyrim. It's like I played the shit out of Skyrim, but you know, once you've played a set amount of time, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Because you enjoy a game for tens, even hundreds of hours, and then you're like, yeah, the game's a bit lacking in some departments. It's like, well, how did you play it that long? It's like, yeah, it had a lot to offer. It's just, you know, the longer you play it, the more hollow it starts to feel. Whereas if you just played for a game that was like straightforward and linear, you know, you just got the experience all the way through that, and you know, you could replay that. Whereas large open world games, I mean, you can as well, but you know, eventually you just end up like doing everything, and then you just run out of things of interest to do. I'm not making much sense, am I? I don't know, anyone actually played Breath of the Wild? How is it compared to other games? Because I'd be interested in checking it out someday. It's kind of like Final Fantasy VII for me, you know, that game. In that I've heard so much praise and hype over the game that I know it can never live up to that expectation. When I played Final Fantasy VII, I got a little ways in and lost interest because it's just like impossible to meet the expectations. And the reason it's obviously held so high for Final Fantasy VII is because at the time it was, you know, revolutionary, and it was most people's childhood, you know, main JRPG game that they played. So it's like put on a, you know, pedestal. Whereas, you know, Final Fantasy 8, 9, and 10, when I went into those games, I had expectations like this. Final Fantasy 10 I played the first time. I'd heard a bit about the series, but nothing really special. So I played that game going blind, and I enjoyed it. When I played Final Fantasy 8, I remember watching Spoony One's reviews of it, and he chat all over the game. It was amusing and all that, but I was like, I gotta check this game out then, and I ended up enjoying the game because there's lowered expectations in that. And then I enjoyed Final Fantasy 9 as well because I didn't really have much expectations going into it. That's kind of the ideal thing, I feel. It's like avoid the hype, just play the game with minimum expectations, And if the game's good, you'll really enjoy it. If the game's shit, oh well. But if it's overhyped and it doesn't reach the expectations, even if you enjoy the game and it's a good game, you'll kind of feel like you've been misled or something. It's like, it's not as great as people were making it out to be. Hell, I remember back when Skyward Sword came out years ago. I remember people were like hyped about that, and like nowadays, people look back at Skyward Sword and it's like, it's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it? It's a bit stale, which, probably explains why they changed things so drastically for Breath of the Wild. I don't know, I just don't quite like the idea of the weapon durability stuff and the lack of dungeons. I like the Zelda series for its dungeons. They're always fun to play through, even if they can be tedious as all hell. Looking at you, water temples. Anyways. Got completely off track there. What is this camera? Yeah! Can you imagine a Digimon game in VR? I think I've said that before, but that'd be cool. Still haven't used my VR headset since getting it for Christmas. Every time I think about using it, I end up getting a migraine. It's just typical. Well, you have the largest appetite. The VR, Wait, really? I guess you have more of an appetite than I thought. With VR, anyway, I haven't used VR in ages. Because like I said, I had a VR headset that I shared with my nephew, because we got as a joint present for Christmas a couple of years back. I've since gotten my own one, like I said. I still haven't got around playing it, because anytime I think about using it, I get a freaking headache. Or just happen to have a headache or a migraine. It's like, back when I got a cold a while back, I was like thinking about using the VR, and then it's like, nah, probably not. And the next day I felt like crap, so I was like, well, if I had used it, I would have felt even worse. I have a much worse migraine. But the point is, with VR, I find that if you can move around in the VR game, at least in my experience, motion sickness galore. I feel like stationary VR games are better suited for me anyway, because you don't... I guess it's because of like the, you're sitting there or you could be standing there, whichever. I would just be sat there while playing VR rather than standing up. And, when you're moving around in game, you get a nauseous feeling like, ugh. But if you're stationary or have that kind of VR where it's like, you click on the area you want to go to, and you just teleport to that area, and it's smooth. Because you're just either standing there or sitting down. You're not moving, so it kind of creates that weird kind of whoa. I feel the same way about being in a car. I get motion sickness sometimes with being in the car. I feel like that's probably a similar thing, Because you're sat there, but you're moving at the same time, because the vehicle you're in is moving. It's the same with VR. You're sitting there, you're stationary, but you're not stationary in the game, and you're seeing it in that perspective, so it's giving off the illusion of movement, but you're not actually moving, and it trips you out, at least in my case, and causes motion sickness, I guess. I don't know how the hell people can use the VR headset and controls and be standing, walking around a room. One, I don't have the space for that. And two, surely that would get freaking hot as shit. You need fans all around you, man, to get really warm, especially with the PSVR headsets. But I guess, usually when I see people play games like that, it's usually with the VR headsets on the PC. Anyways, cheeky. The way you're saying seed, it sounds like you said illegal shit. It's like illegal shit. The illegal shit was a vile bloom. She told Taomon that a flower blooms.
そうか。花は咲いてしまったか。
Hana is flower.
そう言ったでしょ。だ花が咲いたのが分かって協力する気になってくれた？
Yeah, it's nice to, you know, recognize some Japanese words here and there. It's like, I wonder if I'll ever be fluent in Japanese. Probably not, because I don't exactly study it on a regular or anything like that. It's like I was editing, it's like, I've gone on a lot of tangents and rambling and stuff, but hey, that's to be expected of me. I was editing for Project Zero yesterday, and in the video, I was like looking at a sign in Japanese and it was written out in hiragana, kanji, and romanji. It was, what was it? Mikomori Mae. And I was like, I could read the hiragana but not kanji. And I just kind of skimmed over. It's like, I have no idea what that means. And then while editing, it's like, no, get kanji book out here. See what these kanji characters mean and see if I can decipher what it means. It's kind of enjoyable but tedious process, especially because the second kanji character was close to the back of my kanji book that has over 2,000 kanji characters. But essentially translated, at least from what I can tell, to something along the line of before the water cage. In that game you got reliquaries which, you know, have people go into them and filled with water. It makes sense, water cage, and it is near a shrine area that has a lot of reliquaries, so I assume that's what the meaning is, because me is the character there was water, and Komori, which the kanji book has the spelling as Komoru. I assume the U is changed to an E, which makes sense, sometimes it does that, which means basket or cage. Obviously in this case it means cage, because basket doesn't make sense. And the last one, Mae, means before. So it's like, hey, I was able to translate it, sort of. That's nice. Anyways, back to the blog.
まあ引きずって連れてくつもりだけど。
そうだ。気は進まぬが、あの化石デジモンと話をする必要を認めざるを得ないようだ。
化石デジモン？ジジモンのこと？
さて、この術を使うのも久しぶりだ。
うわ！何これ？
空間転移用のゲートだ。私が過去に行ったことがある場所なら座標を指定してゲートを開くことができる。もっとも力の消耗が激しい。あまり多用できるものではない。
I only use it when the plot demands it.
どこに通じてるの？
あのお調子者のヒゲじじいのところだ。
Saves me the time of, the resources of wasting on autopilot, then doesn't it?
ヒゲじじいってジジモンのことだよね。ってことはフローティアに通じてるのか。
タオモンはジジモンが嫌いなの？
One thing I find strange about Salamon. Actually, I find two things strange about Salamon. Like sometimes, you know, when the Salamon is in this game, practice Let's Play, because I put the tags for each character and I'd be like Salamon and like having brackets. Is it brackets or is it whatever? Point is, I'd have Salamon Rika, you know, point out the evolution, or it'd be Rika Salamon. I forget how I use the tag. Point is, I usually Google it to make sure that it is the correct name. And when I do, it's like Google has a suggestion for a different thing. It's like, I guess Salamon isn't, you know, I mean, it's a Digimon, but the results that pop up for it is a bit weird. It's like, thinks you're mistaking it for a different thing entirely. So it's weird. The other weird thing is, how do you go from this puppy Digimon to a cat to an angel woman, and then potentially, in Harika's case here, she does evolve into a freaking fluffy flying dragon? what about that evolution makes any sense whatsoever? I mean, you know, Taomon can digivolve to Kauterimon as well, which kind of fits, you know, Angel theme there. But going from Garamon to that does seem a bit weird. But Garamon and Salmon, it's like, how do you go from a dog to a cat just randomly like that? It's just weird. Just how Digimon rolls.
さあ、妙に当たりが強いのは確かだけど。
And how Pokemon can be a bit weird as well. It's like, you know, Dratini, Dragonair. Perfectly see how it's going in Dragonite. Okay, how'd that happen? You were serpent-like but longer and more blue. And then suddenly, fat cartoon, happy body dinosaur like dragons with tiny wings. It's like, okay, is this really the path they were supposed to go? That is enjoying. I mean, you know, Litten from the Generation 7. Litten, okay, cute little kitten, evolves into a kind of tabby cat kind of thing. And then a freaking pro wrestler humanoid cat. How'd that happen?
まあ、考えてもしょうがない。行こう、リッカ。それじゃ、お先。
So much rambling in this part. See if we can get through this one cutscene and then call it apart and recording. Back in town, my socks are blown off. You don't wear socks though. When I saw Taomon was back. Anyway, now we can work on building the Machinerimon detector. That's another thing. This game make me say Machinerimon. That's not the correct pronunciation. I was watching a Let's Play of Digimon World 4, and he like mentions the person that was Let's Playing and mentioned playing next door, and it's like they're saying Machinerimon. He's like, what's up with that? That's not how you say it. So I was right all along, you know. It's the voice acting in this game that's wrong. I was calling him Machinerimon this whole time. I was right. But this game threw me off, and now I keep saying Machinerimon instead of Machinerimon. Anyways, detector, I need to talk to you about. Come over to my house for a good chat. Yeah, keep it brief. We're up to 47 minutes.
おお、ご苦労じゃったな。シキ、お前さんのおかげでこの偏屈者が久方ぶりに町に戻ってきやったない。
What's up with that translation? Back to city? Shouldn't it be back to the city?
まったく、これだから年寄りは。
口の悪さは相変わらずじゃのう。
二人は知り合い？
喧嘩友達といったところじゃ。
それで無限ドラモン探知装置とやらはどうなっている？こやつの話では厄介な問題があるとのことだが。
基礎理論は完成してプロトタイプの製作まではなんとかこぎつけたんじゃがな。かなり大質量の異質情報波でなければ探知できんし、探知範囲もせいぜいこの町の中までじゃ。
ことフローティアにとどまるよう小さな問題ではなかろう。
そうじゃな。先ほどイリーガルシードが芽吹き花を咲かせたと言うておったが。
そう、執行者
機能しておらぬか。最悪のケースじゃな。想像すらしておらなんだわ。
I like how Case was just in English there.
しかしまだあれが動いていないと断定するわけには。
ちょっとストップ。
Right there. I like how it's translated to "Hey, could you knock it off?" Which is just basically just like, "Hey, stop."
自分たちだけがわかる会話はやめてくれない？
おお、すまんすまん。
デジタルワールド、世界の情報破損を防ぐ自浄機能のようなものが備わっているのだ。
That is like the previous line there when he just said, "I'm sorry." He said sorry twice though, but it didn't translate it like that, did it?
それが正常に働いていれば、イリーガルシードのごとき浮上は芽を出すことも叶わなかったはず。
それってつまり自浄機能が壊れちゃったってこと？
そう考えるのが妥当であろう。
その自浄機能ってのがまともなら無限ドラモンも出てこなかった。
無限ドラモンが引き起こした異常事態なのか、異常が起きたゆえ無限ドラモンの発生なのか。
測りようがない。断りが導いた因果であれば生還するつもりであったが、世界そのものが歪みつつあるとあっても座して見ているわけにもいくまい。
手を貸してくれるのじゃな。
やむを得ぬ。無限ドラモン探知装置とやらの製作は私が引き継ごう。
無限ドラモンの探知装置を作るより自浄機能とかいうのを直す方が早いんじゃないの？それがあれば無限ドラモンもなんとかなるんだろう。
無理じゃ。あれはわしらの手に負えるような代物ではない。
そっか、いいアイデアだと思ったんだけどな。
ねえねえ、リッカたちは装置が完成するまで一回休み？
いやいや、お前さんたちには引き続き住人集めをやってもらわねばならん。町が復興すればさまざまな設備も揃い、この異常事態にも対応できるようになる。
パートナーを鍛えることも忘れぬよう。探知装置ができたと非難なくことが進むとは限らぬか。
よし、雪村トレーニングだ。
心得た。
それじゃあ私たちは街の外で困ってるデジモンたちを探そうか。
待て、お前にこれを渡しておく。それは私が空間転移ゲートを開く際、行き先の座標を特定するために用いていた陰陽札だ。陰陽札があればこの世界のどこにいてもお前の座標を特定してゲートを開くことができる。そして一度開いたゲートは私が消さぬ限りは消えることがない。消耗が激しいよう多用できるものではないし、お前の方からゲートを開くことはできない。使いようによっては便利なものとなるはずだ。
Well, we won't use it wisely. Well, we will, but we won't actually use it because it's only story.
コウタとヒマリにもやればよかろうに。意地悪じゃな。
つまらぬことを言うな。陰陽札はこれ一枚きりしかない。
そんな貴重品を託すとは、随分お主を買っておるようだの。
パートナーを2体も連れている上に究極体の無限ドラモンを退けたとあって
まあそうじゃな。頼りにさせてくれ。
That scene was longer than I thought it'd be. Or maybe it was as long as I thought it would be, because I knew it was going to be long.
よいか。
Actually, you have good news.
嬉しいの。
Veemon has come back to Nodia. We have a builder now who can upgrade the town's buildings. He's prepared at 12. Oh my god, this goes on and on. Created a Digimon town. I still need some time with one Kauterimon. Detector is ready. Until then, you should keep looking to complete in the town. That old man is always needing my help. It seems no matter what I do, I can't shake him. It's like, why can't I talk to you? It's like, because it's way good room on there.
We have to find a way, find as many residents as possible. Let's head out right now, right away. How about no? I can't wait to see what Digimon come to the city. Taomon is an old acquaintance. When the city was first built, he helped me a lot. I teach you about things. I have nothing more to say. That'll do for this part in the short session. You know, a thought has occurred to me, I just feel like I'm putting off Let's Play Persona 3 by saying this, but you know, maybe I should change the title of these parts. I think I might put up a poll. It's like, if you viewers aren't completely Digimon out at this point, you know, just like tired of this game, it's like, could have this as a whole playthrough. At least up to, you know, beating the final boss. And maybe dealing with Armageddon on at most. On this save file. Because, you know, I played through the game in English, so, you know, you got two different things here. Why not be playing for the game in Japanese, which is a different experience, and playing as Veemon Practice, which isn't much of a different experience, but, you know, there's the novelty of that as well. So I might put up a poll after uploading this part to be like, you know, should I make this a separate playthrough and retitle it to, you know, Digimon World Next Order, Japanese, Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all that. Maybe have in the same playlist as the main playthrough, because why not? Because, you know, I've already put them in there. Or go with one of my original plans, which was get 2 generations of Digimon, or just get to the end of Chapter 1. Because I feel like, you know, if I go through the end of Chapter 1, I feel like, you know, the story's incomplete. I kind of feel the urge to complete the story, you know? So, like, have those 3 options I might put up as a poll. Either play through the whole story again, as a separate playthrough, rather than... Because these don't even feel like bonus parts at this point, because of how long they are. Or, you know, just 2 evolutions, or play up till the end of Chapter 1. I might do that to decide on that, because I mean, I was kind of reluctant at the idea at first, but now it's kind of, you know, fancying the story a bit. I'm kind of like, you know, it would be okay to, you know, play for the whole thing yet again just for the main story. I just wouldn't do all the post-game stuff now. And, you know, when it comes to a point where it reach, you know, ridiculous challenges, I think I'd probably do a lot more off-screen training than I did on the main save file at the same time. Because it's kind of ridiculous. Which might also mean I'd skip over some evolutions. Because the thing about the main playthrough is I didn't do that. I would at least show each evolution of all my Digimon. But I think I might skip over that and just get to the point where it's like my strongest Digimon that are ready to take on whatever challenge at that specific time that was needed. Rather than, you know, wasting parts on just raising Digimon. So I might leave that up to you. Might put up that poll. Don't know how long if I put that poll up, how long I, you know, have it valid for. Maybe have it valid until like I get to the end of a 2nd generation of Digimon, because that would kind of perfectly fit, wouldn't it? Be like, okay, if the poll goes for that, then that's where the bonus parts ends. If it went for, you know, Chapter 1, goes up to Chapter 1. But if by that point there's more votes for playing through the whole thing, then I will do so. It's just like Persona 3, you are still far away. I mean, Room Factory Oceans as well is still a long one, you know. It's like, whichever one of these Let's Plays ends properly first, Persona 3 will be right after it. Maybe a little pause in between to prepare for it. But yeah. Anyways, it's been up to nearly an hour on this part. It's ridiculous, so I shall see you next time, viewers. See you next time.